Hey, what's up guys? Adam Lobo here from Adam Lobo TV, and this time around the video is going to be a little different. I woke up in the morning at about 6 a.m. and I thought I wanted to do my cardio session usually in the gym, but I decided to skip my gym for this. And instead of me typically coming up with my whole entire highlight videos, I thought I want to do a reaction video instead of the Apple WWDC 2019 event. So I have it on my Mac. Yes, this is on a Mac. I use a Mac, so I don't hate Apple, for those of you who think so. So let's get started.
2019. I'm excited to share with you this morning how we're going to make tvOS even more entertaining and more personal. We completely redesigned the home screen with full screen previews of the best TV shows and newly released movies. Everyone in the home gets their own up next list, plus personalized recommendations for new shows and movies to enjoy. And
sounds like Netflix to me. Why and what is the difference between what Apple TV does and Netflix? Do you guys still use Apple TV at home? Let me know in the comment section below.
And it's easy to switch between family members using the all-new control center.
That is what Netflix has.
It works just like you would expect it to. tvOS also delivers Apple Music. You're going to be able to see lyrics to your favorite songs in sync with the music.
In a nutshell, it seems like the Apple TV is following what Android boxes has. Imagine just having all your Google Play Store. You can have all your apps over there. So I don't see how is it a wow thing, but let's see what else there is.
4K this fall. We're extending support to two of the best and most popular game controllers available. Xbox One S.
Okay,
Yes.
that's nice.
And PlayStation DualShock 4. Now let's talk about Apple Watch. Now across all the watch faces.
Okay, before the Apple Watch, I think it's nice that they have included to have Xbox controller and also the PlayStation controller. I'm not sure whether it is supported natively on current Android boxes, but knowing the fact that Apple has always been a closed system, I think that's kind of cool.
We're introducing Taptic Chimes. And when enabled, on the hour, you'll feel a silent taptic on your wrist, and if sound is on, you'll hear an audible chime, like this. First, we're bringing more Apple apps to watch. The new Audiobooks app, and Voice Memos, and Calculator. And we're now making it possible to create apps that run independently on the watch, no longer requiring a companion iPhone app. WatchOS 6 now enables the streaming audio API. So you can go with just your watch. Now, to make it even easier for you to discover these apps, we're excited to bring the App Store to Apple Watch. You can purchase and install an app directly on your watch.
So in WatchOS 6, we're introducing Activity Trends. It'll compare your progress over the last 90 days with the last 365.
Tell me which fitness tracker does not do that. Why is that a wow thing? I don't understand. Anyways, moving forward.
If the trends show that you're maintaining or improving, you'll see an arrow pointing up, and that's great. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's talk about your hearing health. The new Noise app uses the microphone to detect decibel levels and can notify you if it's reached a level that could impact your hearing over time.
I think if I were to use that, me listening to music really loud, habislah.
Tap the Noise app, you'll get more detail, and you can use the complication of check, which is to raise or arrest. Now, there's one more new feature in health and fitness.
Oh, this is kind of cool. They said Apple does not record or save your audio. This is a direct swipe towards Facebook and Google. Trying to say, we don't do that. Kind of cool. It's a nice indirect swipe to them.
Yes, cycle tracking. So in WatchOS 6, the cycle tracking app gives you a simple, discrete way to visualize your cycle right on your wrist. You can log key aspects of your period and fertility, including symptoms, and you can be notified when it's about to begin.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
You can also choose to receive.
But again, like I said, which Android watch does not have all of these apps? Seems like they already have, right? So
fertile window predictions, so you are better informed. And because we wanted to make this available to hundreds of millions of women around the world, Cycle tracking is also available without a watch in the Health app in iOS.
iOS 13 is a huge release packed with lots of capabilities, but we know that nothing is more important to our iPhone users than performance. Unlocking with Face ID, now 30% faster. We've changed the way that we're packaging apps on the App Store. You'll see that your downloads are now 50% smaller.
Whew.
And updates,
okay, that's nice. I mean,
60% smaller. We are bringing...
knowing the fact that updates are usually come in large sizes, I think it's great that they came up with a smaller file size. I guess that could be a very good thing, I guess.
Dark mode to iOS. Look at that. The gorgeous dark wallpaper and notifications look great.
Dude, dark mode has been available for Android devices for the longest time. It's like, whoa, dark mode.
Let's take a look at our widgets.
Oh, they're so happy with the widgets now after so long.
Just awesome. We'll start with news. Check it out with a gorgeous dark appearance and your calendar. Let's take a trip into messages. So you see how your images, your emoji, they all look just...
I love how he's making such a big deal of black color wallpaper. Yes, he's using an OLED screen, which is, very good at blacks, but really?
fantastic. And some new tricks, because now, when you type, you can swipe. Let's take a...
That is available for the Google keyboard or Swift key, which Honor and Huawei devices already have. And of course, even Samsung devices on their stock keyboard app now moving forward, and especially predictive text. So again, that's a big deal for them. Okay.
Take a look at our new share sheet. Looks awesome in dark mode, but you notice in the middle, sharing suggestions.
Sharing suggestions. This is something where all Android devices already have. Whereby, if you want to share a video, there will be your frequently used apps or the frequently used people, which will actually appear, and it's based on the app. So for example, if you use WhatsApp a bit more on this particular person, it will come up over there. Or if you always share stories or Instagram messages towards another person, it'll actually appear over there. So that's also something which is always available for Android devices, especially for the Android 9 Pie. So, okay.
Intelligently based on who you share with and who appears in the photos. Your music looks great in dark mode. You can go through some of my recent playback. Of course, start playing some music here. And now, for the first time ever, time-synced lyrics. Safari has new options to quickly change text.
Who uses Safari until now? Even for me, when I have a Mac, I just use Chrome. Who uses Safari? Do you guys use it? Let me know at the comment section below.
And as per website preferences, Mail gets desktop class text formatting controls, including support for rich fonts. And Notes gets this beautiful new gallery view, support for shared folders, and much more. Next, Maps.
You'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, there is a new binoculars button. When I tap that, I get a brand new look around window. Yep, this is the right place to drop in, so I'm gonna go full screen. With look around, I get a gorgeous...
This is like Google Maps. This is something where Google has always had this for the longest time. I mean, who uses Apple Maps? Especially for, non-Google users. Please let me know at the comment section below, because I'm really eager to know whether anybody still use Apple Maps or just use Google Maps like most people. And this feature has been available for the longest time on the Google Maps.
High definition 3D view. But this is my favorite part. Turn your phone and hold on tight. Smoothly move down the street.
Everybody's excited with that. That's also another old feature. Are they paid to make some noise? I don't know.
Now, for the first time, you can share your location to an app just once and then require it to ask you again next time it wants it. Next, I want to turn to login.
We've all seen buttons like this, asking us to use a social account login to get a more personalized experience with an app. And so now we have the solution. It's called Sign In with App.
This is nice.
Tap it,
It's about time.
And you're authenticated with Face ID on your device, logged in
It
with
is
a new
nice.
account without revealing any new personal information. So we're introducing something new. It's called Memoji Stickers.
Okay, this emoji, this is something where not only iOS devices but also Android devices has been really promoting. I do not use it. This is another thing I would love to ask you guys. Do you guys use this Memoji and emoji stuff? Let me know in the comment section below.
Automatically create a sticker pack for you for each of your Memoji. Now, of course, you can use them in messages, but we've
Again, this automatic Memoji making is something where Android devices already had for the longest time. How many generations ago?
also incorporated them right alongside emoji in the system keyboard. I want to turn to camera and photos. You can see at a glance all your settings. What's really cool is we're bringing all of this to video for the first time.
Oh, okay.
You can rotate a video.
I'm so excited
That's
to
nice.
show you guys the new Photos app. I just tap down here at the bottom. And you can see Days is absolutely beautiful. The clutter of the similar photos is gone.
This is very similar to Google Photos. If you guys haven't tried Google Photos, I would highly recommend for you guys to try it because it actually helps me because I switch phones frequently and it will save everything on the cloud. So that's Google Photos.
I can just scroll and enjoy now. And you can see videos like this time lapse play automatically for me, really bringing my library back to life. So let's head over to Years. So Years gives me a high-level overview of my library. What makes Years really special is that it's dynamic. And Photos knows I go to WW every year. So now it's showing me all of my WWs from the past.
Let's get started with AirPod. First, when you're wearing AirPods, Siri will now be able to read your incoming messages to you as soon as they arrive, and you can instantly respond. Another great new feature is audio sharing. We have all had a time where we wanted to share a movie or a song with a friend. Now you can with just a tap.
Nice.
We're bringing Handoff to HomePod. Now when you walk through the door, just bring your iPhone close to your HomePod to instantly hand off your music, a podcast, or even a phone call. Exact same way. Today we're introducing live radio. So you can ask Siri to play stations from iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and radio.com. This year we have
Still no Spotify support because you know how Apple is. Okay.
our biggest update to CarPlay since the beginning with a CarPlay dashboard, where you can now have your music next to your maps and you still have room for Siri Smart suggestions. And it now works with third-party apps like Pandora and Waze.
Check it out. So they come out with their own Apple Maps, but they still have Waze on the Apple CarPlay. Okay lah. Okay. That's great, especially if you like Waze better. Who doesn't like Waze better, right?
You may notice there's been one thing missing from the iOS 13 story, and that's an iPad. We're calling it iPad OS, and I'd like to give you a first look. So watch what happens when I swipe over. I can now pin my widgets right on my home screen. We're bringing multi-window capability to apps on iPad. For instance, I have a single note right here in Notes, but what if I want to have two notes side by side?
This sounds like Samsung DeX to me. Again, Samsung has already created this for the longest time and it is now only introduced on the iPad.
Well, now I can. Now, browsing in files, of course, you have icon view.
Okay, this looks a bit like a Mac layout, which is kind of cool.
Well, how about column view? Great for digging through deep file hierarchies. You get a great file preview right here and quick actions for things like rotating document images, making PDFs, and great rich metadata right at the bottom. Now we're all
One thing which I like the keynotes is the fact that they, although there's a teleprompter in front, but they actually try to see how they can communicate with the audience better by having real-time explanation as opposed to typically reading from a teleprompter. That's why I have to give a huge props to Apple on everybody who was presenting during the keynote.
also improving the way you can share files For instance, in iCloud Drive, we now support folder sharing. That's right. You can now plug in a thumb drive. Thumb drives, external disk drives, and
So now you can plug in thumb drive. Okay lah. Before this you can't, right? This is something where even Android phones allow you to do without any weird dongles, and I guess that's a great update for iPad, but it's something again not new.
SD cards all show up right in the Files app. But now this one's really great too. Sometimes when you're working with a camera, you'd like to import directly into an app like Lightroom, and now you can. We're also bringing a download manager to Safari.
This is very
navigating long
Mac.
documents, you can now grab the scroll indicator and jump anywhere in the document instantly. Moving the cursor is easier than ever. Just pick it up and drag it where you want it to go. And selecting text, just put your finger down and drag out a selection. You want to copy or cut? Just a 3-finger pinch to copy, a 3-finger spread to plop it right down.
I absolutely love that. Now that is something which is moving forward, because gestures is something which I personally think is the best way for moving forward, and there's nothing beat gestures, and I have to give a huge props to Apple to actually being one of the first people to actually create a pinch to zoom, and this could be something where other devices may follow, and I think this is a great gesture.
Let's turn to the Mac. This is the new Mac Pro.
Look at that. It looks like a cheese shredder, but it looks also quite trypophobic, isn't it? With a bunch of holes over there. Seems like they're embracing the holes. That didn't sound right.
So we're using a brand new Intel Xeon processor, and it has up to 28 cores, 6 channels of super fast ECC memory in 12 DIMM slots, enable an incredible 1.5 terabytes of system memory.
1.5 terabytes of RAM. You editing 10K footage or what? Super overkill, but interesting.
So we're bringing PCI expansion back to the Mac.
That's good. PCI extension, so which means that you can get any PCI card slot and put it in and expand your Mac Pro accordingly. That's really good. I like that.
8 internal PCI slots. Now this I/O card has 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, 2 USB-A ports, and an audio jack. And there are also 2 more Thunderbolt 3 ports conveniently located on the top of the system.
Nice.
This includes Adobe, Autodesk, Serif, and Blackmagic, who are all announcing support for the new Mac Pro today.
It's a 32-inch LCD display with over 20 million pixels.
Whoa.
It's a 6K Retina display.
6K Retina display. Nice.
And so we call this display the Pro Display XDR.
Now, if you look at other systems configured with comparable components, you'll see that they cost around $8,000. The new Mac Pro will start at $59.99.
$59.99. That is 6,000 USD. Well, a lot of professionals did complain about how the people from Apple was never concentrated on the pro consumers. But there you go, 6,000 USD. You know, my friend Emmanuel from Geekception just did a video about Hackintosh. It's quite interesting. I'll leave it linked down below, so check it out. Which will cost way lesser than 6,000 USD, I guarantee you.
It's going to be available this fall. The Pro Display XDR will be $49.99 for the display itself.
Okay, so the Pro Display is 4,999 USD. 6K display. Okay.
The Visa mount adapter will be $199.
Okay, the Visa mount adapter, 199 USD. Next.
And the Pro stand, $999. It's
Wait. Okay, so it's a stand and it's 999 USD. 1,000 USD just for a piece of metal stand to support the monitor. Why don't you just include it inside? Beats me.
It's macOS Catalina. We begin
Nice name.
with iTunes. The future of our iTunes is not one app, but three. Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and Apple TV. And now I want to turn to something new. We call it Sidecar. Now you can use your iPad as a second display for your Mac.
Okay, that's kind of cool because previously there's only an app called Duo where you'll need to kind of download it separately on the App Store and you need to pay. This time around it is coming together with the macOS Catalina, which I think is a great feature. Nice.
Now, voice control lets you control your Mac entirely with your voice. We're also bringing it to iOS as well.
Open Maps. Show Grid.
Nice.
Long press at 20. Open App Switcher. 4. Tap Share. Tap Tim. Tap Send.
And next,
Okay, that was really great. Huge thumbs up on that.
I want to turn to a new solution that helps you find your Mac should it ever be lost or stolen. It's called Find My. Now, Find My combines Find My iPhone with Find My Friends, and it's now available on the Mac and iOS devices as well.
That's great. I think it's also a really good feature, especially for those of you who spend lots of money on a MacBook Pro, like me. And imagine if it gets lost and you can't find it, right? Or if it gets stolen. A great feature.
But also, for the first time, we're bringing screen time to the Mac. We've been working on a new project that internally we call Project Catalyst. And it's new technology that lets developers quickly and efficiently create apps for the Mac based on their existing iPad apps. And ARKit is a major update. Now, this is insane. What used to require painstaking compositing by hand can...
Here's something where a lot of people make a big deal about it. But my question is that, do people really use AR? I mean, it's a great feature to have for a while to show your friends, but is it something which is really important for us users? I don't think so.
Now be done in real time. Motion capture. Just point your camera at a
Dude, this motion capture has been introduced by Honor on their phones already.
person and we can track in real time.
And please keep in mind that Honor is a sub-brand of Huawei and they've already had that feature.
And of course, all of this great software will be available to our users in the fall. Thank you.
Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed my unconventional video of giving my reaction instead of me just typically coming up with a whole entire highlights video. And hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give this video a nice big thumbs up. And if you are an Apple fan and you absolutely hate this video, feel free to give it a thumbs down. I won't be angry, I won't be mad, I won't be hurt like I always am. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video, for I'll be releasing a video very soon, especially since Hari Raya is tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys really soon.